me. So.
Yeah, okay. Let's not go there. Piper's my idol, okay?
I love Hot Rod. I really do. I love Hot Rod.
He's a sweetie. He's a good guy.
I mean, Gremlina, did you ever imagine, I never thought when I was actually active in the business that I would be talking to guys like Brother Love. I mean, did you ever imagine that you'd be doing this, Gremlina?
Well, Jimmy, as you know, I had my bucket list, and I've already marked off being a guest on Piper's Pit, so it's getting pretty full now. I was determined to do something in wrestling and make an impact, and damned if a 4'8" accountant didn't do it. And did I ever think this would happen? Not literally, no, but I had hoped, that I could meet people that I had looked up to that had given me the strength and inspiration to pursue what I loved. And it's just a cherry on the top of the sundae for me right now.
Well, that's cool. And, it's like when a lot of people will come up and say, well, what do I do? How do I get in the business, man? What do I do? And I think that the best advice I can tell someone is never give up and don't take no for an answer.
Exactly.
You're going to get no a lot. You're going to get no 99% of the time. It's that 1% of the time when you do get that yes and how you react to it and how you capitalize on it or not capitalize on it.
And
it'll come.
I tell people
to realize that. Go ahead, Gremlina.
And I tell people you got to ask yourself, not do I want it, but how bad do I want it?
Exactly.
And I always figured, I ended up figuring out that you're definitely not going to love it as much as you did. So that's something you should think about.
Well, to me, I was very fortunate because I never worked a day in my life. It was a labor of love. Truly loved every day, and to be able to go out and realize your dream day in and day out, and then every couple of weeks you actually get a check for doing that. So that's kind of special. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Well, my last question before I flip to Gremlina for her final question, what were some of your fondest memories of your time with WWE? You were there for many years.
Wow, it's hard to pinpoint just one. I think probably WrestleMania 17 in Houston, being able to perform in front of my hometown crowd and a record-setting crowd at the Houston Astrodome was pretty cool. And that's one of those moments that's hard to recreate or they're once in a lifetime. So if I had to have one, but there were a lot of special moments. I mean, it was a lot of fun. There's somebody at the door, and they're like,
that's my puppy.
That sounds like my house.
I know. I always tell people, we'll have some big Hollywood star on. The dogs will start barking, and the peacocks are going crazy. This isn't professional. I'm sitting out in the barnyard doing this.
There you
go.
Oh
yeah. You're a hayseed, right?
I am.
The glamorous life we lead.
Yeah, that is true. I was going to say before, Gremlina, you end with your final question. I really enjoyed that gimmick battle royal at WrestleMania 17. That was just something pretty neat.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
a lot of fun.
Well, go ahead, Gremlina. I know Bruce has got some stuff he's got coming up that he would love to discuss.
Well, that was we usually end or let the guest let our listeners know what they've got coming up in the future, any appearances, books, DVDs, CDs.
Yeah, we've got a real cool deal that we're doing. WrestleMania weekend, Friday, March 27th in San Jose at WrestleCon. And what it is we call it a debate. Really, it's a discussion Eric Bischoff and I have known each other for a while. We didn't know each other until Eric came to work for the WWE at the time. And through that, we then worked together at TNA and so on. We became friends. But there was always this one issue. At the end of the night, we'd sit there and be on about our 8th or 9th or 15th Coors Light, that we would start to discuss business back then. And Eric was the head of WCW, and I'm with WWF at the time, and we both would tackle subjects, but we both saw them from completely different viewpoints. And I won't say that we argued, but yeah, we argued. And he only saw it from his viewpoint, and I only saw it from my viewpoint. And we started to laugh one day and said, shit, we should just take this on the road. And we did our first one in Philadelphia, which I'm very proud to say, and I was very humbled, actually. We sold out the venue, standing room only, and that's not just, hey, standing room only, hanging from the rafters. We actually really sold it out. We actually really had people standing along the walls. And we had Chris Jericho as our moderator, and he was fantastic, and the show itself was great. This time around, we're going to have Al Snow as the moderator, and we take questions from the audience. Every show's different because the audience gets to ask, okay, hey, what about this time? And they hit us with some things that Eric and I looked at each other like, whoa, where the hell did that come from? So that's really the cool part, because we don't know what's coming, and we let the audience kind of dictate, hey, where this show's going to take us, and our answers then will hopefully spur other people to ask questions and come back and forth. But it's two completely different perspectives on a period in the wrestling business, the big boom, when both companies were super strong. It also comes from the time when they were kicking WWF's butt, WCW was, through that long, hard road of recovery to finally winning the war and then just demolishing everything after the fact. So it's a spirited conversation, you might say. And we're going to have Al Snow there to kind of call BS on things and keep it moving. And it's a lot of fun. It's a whole lot of fun. Our next one, it's going to be WrestleMania weekend. We'll be there signing autographs at Comic-Con and then doing our show on Friday the 27th. If you guys are going to be at Mania, you better make it.
Unfortunately, I won't be getting to Mania this year.
Well, we'll get around. We're going to be doing more of these. We've got one coming up in Texas, here in Houston in May, and we're going to take it around the horn and just see how it does. It's been positively received thus far, and maybe we make it a thing.
Well, I know that Al Snow is definitely one of the nicest men I've ever known in this business.
Well, without a doubt, and the good thing about Al is Al was there. And,
oh, yeah.
And he remembers, and he has his own perspective of things. And that was the cool thing about Jericho. Jericho was on both sides. And, Eric would answer his questions. Chris would kind of scratch his head and go, yeah, no, actually, this is what you did. And it was a lot of fun, though. I mean, it was all in the spirit of just entertaining, and nothing's off limits. Whatever anybody wants to ask, go for it. So that's the thing that I like the best about it, because it's not a preset. You're not going to get the same show. You can go to 10 different shows, and you'll get 10 completely different shows.
And see, I think that's what fans love. They like the spontaneity. They like to interact, and they don't like seeing the same old. And I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, and especially with Eric and I, because we can't remember, 2 minutes from 1 minute to the next sometimes. So to try and go out and recreate and duplicate, it's not a model we wanted to do. It was one of those things where I don't know if it was that we didn't want to prepare, even though we both prepared probably more than I thought I would. It was just cool. It's just you get to sit in a room full of people who enjoyed the business, and want to know more about it. And we weren't afraid to ask, and we weren't afraid to tell them. So that's the cool part. And it's, you know, if the fans had half a good a time as I did, then they had a great time. So, but it was pretty cool.
Well, Bruce, we both really appreciate you joining us today. Hopefully down the line we can get you back, because I'm sure there's a lot more that we
Be happy to, man. Be happy
Awesome.
to. And I thank you guys for having me on.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for making my childhood what it was. I mean, thanks for Brother Love.
Hey, don't blame me for that. No, you know.
Hey, it's nothing to be blamed for. It was amazing. You were phenomenal.
Well, thank you very much. Very kind.
All right, Bruce. Well, have a great night, sir. Thank you
Guys,
again.
you do the same. Thank you much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a great night.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, Gremlina, wow. What a great day for you to make your comeback.
Hey, I know. I'm just glad to be back. I just had to take care of some personal stuff.
Yeah, we know you were going and getting stretched trying to get 6 foot tall, but you know it's never going to happen, Gremlina.
It doesn't work, I know. No, I was just having a little personal stuff, and I needed to get my head back in the game, and it's getting better, so we'll see what happens.
Very cool. Well, we are going to be back March 4th with actor Dean Went, the voice of Barney the Dinosaur.
March 4th, all right. I'm having a minor medical procedure, and if I'm out of the anesthesia and coherent, I'll be here.
Gremlina's
So seriously, I am. I'm having a routine thing done where they have to knock you out for a little bit. So if I'm not groggy, but that's earlier in the day, so if I'm not groggy, I'll be here for it.
Cool. And then March 6th, actor Jeffrey Gould. He's been seen in such movies as I'm Not Rappaport, Pearl Harbor, shows like My Name is Earl, Dude, Where's My Car, and Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And March 8th, you may remember this man, we're welcoming back former DEA undercover agent Robert Mazer.
That was an interesting show.
Absolutely. I don't know if you've seen, but The Informant, the book that Robert Mazer wrote, is actually being turned into a film.
Awesome.
And
I have to check that out. Ow.
I said The Informant. That was the Matt Damon movie.
My cat is
second.
chewing on my hand.
The Infiltrator is the name of it, not The Informant.
Stop biting.
Bryan Cranston is going to be starring in it.
Wow, Breaking Bad, cool.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston will be Robert Mazer in the film. So, looking forward to talking and seeing everything that's going to be coming up with the film that's due out next year.
That's cool. And some of my Glow sisters will be at the Tulare Comic-Con in a couple weeks.
Very cool.
Including Daisy, Sally the Farmer's Daughter, Roxy Astor, I think Godiva, and Jailbait.
And
Sunny the California Girl.
Some good friends there, Gremlina.
Yeah, just wish I could be in California, especially after the sucky couple weeks of weather we've had.
Oh, I know, right? Snow has been going down here like crazy.
I'm over it already.
Yeah, so am I. All right, well, I guess we will see everybody on the 4th for Dean Went, Barney the Dinosaur, and Gremlina, I guess, is going to be here if she's not slobbering and incoherent.
Hey, I might just come on the show slobbering and incoherent. It might be funny.
It probably would be.
You know, considering that I got thrown out of the bookstore for making fun of Barney one time.
Oh my gosh, Gremlina. Well,
hey,
that'll be interesting.
I have nothing against children's shows. I think they're good. They have their educational and social purposes. and some of them teach good lessons, but I was in the bookstore, and these little brats were singing the Barney